Capricorns are calling cap on everybody because you're realizing your worth. A lot of you Capricorns are starting to realize that all of those people that tried to make it seem like you were trash, they were actually lying. They were in this perceived competition with you because you have the Two of Cups and you have the Nine of Swords, right? This represents your disappointment when it came to love in the past, right? How it is that you try to get yourself into a relationship, but it would end up being a complete disappointment, right? These people would essentially disappoint you because at first everything started out so great, and then now it started to seem like it was a hidden attack out of nowhere. So now you have the Six of Swords, and the Six of Swords represents you started to see some red flags with them a little bit later down the line as you got to know them better. The Page of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles is about how, since that's the case, a lot of you Capricorns started to realize that the things that they wanted and what you wanted didn't necessarily align with one another. They wanted something else. They wanted to party and drink and nonsense and constantly go out on trips. Now, again, trips just means they like to spend money. Because unless you're going out on these trips for business, what is all this tripping about? You know? So the Queen of Pentacles is about, so you saw, a lot of you Capricorns are starting to wake up and smell the coffee and realize like every time it's you that has to give them something. You're the one that's actually providing the value, but they have all this value more than you, but then they're constantly the ones asking or trying to lord over your head, trying to make it seem like you need to do something for them. So you Capricorns started to see how much of a cap that was, because now you have the Judgment. Here they are being super judgmental of you Capricorns, how you live your life, how you want to do your own thing. And meanwhile, those people are not actually providing anything to you that has substance to it. There's no value that these people are bringing to you. All it is that they were bringing to you, these exes were bringing to you Capricorns, was heartbreak and trolling and stupidity and ignorance and all this other stuff that came along with it. The Hermit and the Knight of Swords represent, so a lot of you realize you didn't want any of that type of stuff to happen. So you Capricorns started to understand that it's best for you to actually step away from them. But you did not really know at that current point in time when you Capricorns decided to step away from the dumb stuff, I want to say 2-3 months ago, how much better your life would turn out. Then you have the King of Wands and the Chariot. You have people, exes that know you, that they expected you ultimately to still be swooning over them and trying to get back into contact with them. And you Capricorns are not doing any of that. So now it's like they're over here kind of questioning like, well, what the F? Where have the Capricorns gone? How come the Capricorns are not eating out of the palm of my hand? But again, this is the stupidity, right? You have a lot of people right now who will break up their marriages because they're a little bit bored in the marriage and they want to start the courting process from cold approach all the way back up to marriage all over again. But they're stupid because they're not really understanding that there's ways for you to spice up the marriage without having to go to such extreme. So this is what it is that this person was trying to do to you. They were curving you and making you feel like you're nothing and dubbing you so that you can chase after them harder. But again, they're not providing any kind of real value. So let's clarify the Hermit. Matter of fact, let's clarify the Chariot. Let's clarify the Chariot. The Hangman, the Three of Pentacles, the Six of Cups, and then you have the Four of Pentacles. So you know what that means when you get the Six of Cups, right? It means that somebody is coming back. But let's get into it. You have the Hangman and the Three of Pentacles. You Capricorns are taking care of yourselves, right? So self-care is the order of the day from now on. You're doing what you need to do. You're getting back in touch with God. And I don't necessarily mean strictly from a religious standpoint. Could it be from a religious standpoint? Could be. right? If that's what you want, but it also represents spirituality as well, trying to understand how to take better care of yourself. And one of those ways on how you take better care of yourself, Capricorn, is to stop engaging with dysfunctional people for a certain amount of time, right? Like all of this, they dub you, you chase up after them, and then you keep chasing forever and ever and ever, is whack. So, and you realize that now. So the Six of Cups and the Four of Pentacles represents you're the one with all the value. But when you have someone trying to exploit you, they'll try to make it seem like you're trash. But here they are with all of this fanciness. They're so much better than you, but here they are, Six of Cups in you, trying to come back, trying to see what you've got going on. And you, Capricorns, don't care about what they've got going on because you don't want to get back together with them. And why would you? Let's clarify the Hermit. You have the Four of Cups, King of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, and then you have the Seven of Wands to clarify the Hermit. Right. You're better off with by yourself or with people around you that are healthy. All of that nonsense, because a lot of you Capricorns used to go through that where people would be with you and they would be trash, and you would allow these people to be trash because of your own poor self-image. Because a lot of you Capricorns, some of you Capricorns still struggle with this, but a lot of you Capricorns have learned to get over it. A lot of you Capricorns, you feel self-conscious because you feel like you got to accept anyone's idea, no matter how dysfunctional it is, of love. Because if you don't accept it, then there's no telling who's going to be able to have a chance to love you again. And a lot of you Capricorns are realizing that that's nonsense, because when you accept low quality love, you're going to have a low quality mate. Straight up. Because the Queen of Wands represents they will do anything to you. They will show you anything and act like they are movie star. They'll act like a celebrity and they'll treat you like a fan, you know? And the Seven of Wands represents how, so a lot of you Capricorns had to learn to shake off that mental idea of you Capricorns being so worthless. You know good and well that that's not true. So let's clarify the Knight of Swords. The Moon, Knight of Pentacles, Five of Wands, Six of Wands, right? You understand now that when people want to act like they don't have any more common sense, or they don't have any common sense, the best idea is to get that type of nonsense away from you. Because a lot of you Capricorns, I'm seeing that a lot of you Capricorns, you just can't do it anymore with these goofies, these these people who want to act like they don't have any common sense. And the Five of Wands and the Six of Wands is about you can't have that around you anymore, because you Capricorns are on to bigger and better things. Taking care of yourself, having more pride in yourself, having more confidence. When you approach people, you actually are confident that you can get their number or exchange their numbers or give them yours. And if you can't, moving on to the next person. You Capricorns actually looking at it from a perspective of wanting to see if a person is worthy of you. And you Capricorns, it's going to be harder for you Capricorns to actually have and maintain and grow that mentality when you have somebody who's disrespectful to you. So you Capricorns have to understand to let go of the losers.